I get a lot of questions about the end times, and I think a lot of that is being spurred right now by all of these people showing up who are saying that, Jesus is coming back and we know the specific day. I know there's been a lot of talk about Satan's little season, that we're in his, 1,000-year period where all of this that we're living in is some mass deception, and Jesus already came back, back in like 70 AD. So I want to take a minute to show you guys something. Tell us, when will these things happen, and what sign will you show when all these things are about to be accomplished? And Yeshua began speaking to them, Watch out, don't let anyone fool you. Many will come in my name, saying, I am he, and they will fool many people. When you hear the noise of wars nearby and the news of wars far off, don't become frightened. Such things must happen, but the end is yet to come. For peoples will fight each other, and nations will fight each other, and there will be earthquakes in various places, there will be famines. This is but the beginning of birth pains. But you, watch yourselves. They will hand you over to the local Sanhedrins. You will be beaten up in synagogues, and on my account you will stand before governors and kings, witnesses to them. Indeed, the good news has to be proclaimed first to all the Goyim. Now, they arrest you and bring you to trial. Don't worry beforehand about what to say. Rather, say whatever is given to you when the time comes. For it will not be just you speaking, but the Ruach HaKodesh. Brother will betray brother to death, and father his child. Children will turn against parents and have them put to death, and everyone will hate you because of me. But whoever holds out till the end will be delivered. Now, when you see the abomination that causes devastation standing where it ought not to be, let the reader understand the solution. That will be the time for those in Yehuda to escape to the hills. If someone is on the roof, he must not go down and enter his house to take any of his belongings. If someone is in the field, he must not turn back to get his coat. What a terrible time it will be for pregnant women and nursing mothers. Pray that it may not happen in winter, for there will be worse trouble at that time than there has ever been from the very beginning when God created the universe until now. And there will be nothing like it again. Indeed, if God had not limited the duration of the trouble, no one would survive. But for the sake of the elect, those whom he has chosen, he has limited it. At that time, if anyone says to you, Look, here's the Messiah, or See, there he is, don't believe him. There will appear false messiahs and false prophets performing signs and wonders for the purpose of, if possible, misleading the chosen. But you, watch out. I have told you everything in advance. In those days, after that trouble, the sun will go dark, the moon will stop shining, the stars will fall from the sky, and the powers in heaven will be shaken. Then they will see the Son of Man coming in the clouds with tremendous power and glory. He will send out his angels and gather together his chosen people from the four winds, from the edges of the earth to the ends of heaven. Now, let the fig tree teach you its lesson. When its branches begin to sprout and leaves appear, you know that summer is approaching. In the same way, when you see all of these things happening, you are to know that the time is near, right at the door. Yes, I tell you that this generation will certainly not pass away before all these things happen. Now, it's that last line, this generation will not pass away before all these things happen, that really hangs everybody up. So there's a few things you want to look at, starting with the line right before it. Jesus says that when you see all of these things happening, you know that the time is near. Okay, so first and foremost, what this line indicates to us is that the phrase all of these things cannot mean every single thing that I've just listed, because one of those things is his bodily return. And what he's talking about here is all the things that are happening that he's talking about in this kind of sequence of events, things that you're going to observe, beginnings of birth pains, right? All of these things are leading up to the time being near, right at the door. And what time is that? The time for his bodily return. And since his bodily return is included in the list of all the things that preceded Jesus saying, when you see all of these things happening, you will know that the time is near, then we can immediately assume that the phrase all of these things does not mean every single thing that I just listed before this. Which means that when we move to the next verse where Jesus says, I tell you, all of these things will be accomplished before this generation passes away. Once again, we now have framework to suggest that that does not mean every single thing that I just listed before, because otherwise that would mean Jesus would have already had to have come back, which of course is the argument from the people that are saying we're in Satan's little season, was that Jesus already came back within the same generation as all of the original disciples. However, if you just read the line above that, it makes it abundantly clear that that phraseology, all of these things, is not referring to literally everything he said before that. Now, I am not a Greek scholar by any means, but I did do some just kind of like high-level research on this, and apparently that phrase, kind of all of these things, it can be used to mean the initiation of a sequence of events, or it can also be used to mean the completion of all of those events. But it doesn't have to be exclusively used as one or the other. So when you look at those two verses in conjunction with one another, it becomes fairly clear that it's using it as the former, not the latter. Now, there are two more things in this sequence of verses that I think again further affirms this idea that we're somewhere in the process, as opposed to this process having been already completed, or that Jesus is literally showing up tomorrow. Now, the first one is